Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Renegade there. All right. Here this very serious. This very serious. We see the PSOJ around scared right now. And Joe, you can't mash them up, man. Destroy them. So it go. Would you believe that them same one does come out? Mafood came out. I'm gonna play them, you know. And him a tell us say the government need to cut the top heavy public sector workers. They have to cut it like 3%. Can I say what happens is 13% of the growth. So I play it you way must say. How much money I play to them now? It have cut from the 13% to 10. So thousands of workers that you know. Yeah, can them get paid for nothing still. And the man say the country mash up. The man said the country destroy. But what we are said to the PSOJ, why they never run out? Well, we see the Bath Furniture one run out and we see separate group. Now John Mafood himself run out. John Mafood himself run out. I tell you, say, listen me, the 5 in 4 fail. Him say, yo, honest government, you can't continue to do the same thing what you are doing. But you still do like the same thing for the next 5 years. Can't work. Cannot work. That a destruction. So when we play this, when I hear it, I get to know mad and bitter, you know. Because the guy, we anyway, if we get all accountable to for the propaganda we spread, about this and about that and one bag of bullshit, the country block. Not now one in the country. Everything where you see we sit down here and not telling for a long time, it them a run out of talk. Yeah? Not change, you know. Remember election just done. But when you see him have to run out now and tell the government, say, yo, and the interest rate pan this and that, the whole of them are saying the same thing. Remember, Omar Azan came out and said it. Yeah? Them say it. You see? But remember before that, we are telling us, say, yo, the man around the country good enough. I don't know where they get the 250 thing from. Fish headless, sit down and talk. The whole of that are bullshit. Because PSOJ feel it, you know, hard. And if them feel it, can imagine the poor people when they have nothing already. It's a goddamn sin. See? When we play this, we're a PSOJ still accountable for destroy the country, though. Yes. Because when you know, say, Andrew, them are all criminal, them shouldn't do it. Yeah? The best bet, chicken got him run out too. No, when no, I put them together. When you hear this in the morning, and Andrew for go away, you know, when you don't listen to nothing what them say because it's not real. Yeah? Yeah. See? Well, yeah. Vexa. And them support them, yes, but yes, still it hurt them. So what to the people them it hurt. You can hear when I tell them to cut the public sector workers, them have to cut them. Because them not been, remember I'm telling you already, you know. Even the way I talk about for raise minimum wage, I say you can't do that, you know. But can me tell you, say them can't do it neither. Him say you can't raise minimum wage. Because Uncle Way, I remember this. It's when you have some idiot having a pan down and a listen, a lunch will listen, them a punk. Oh, you can raise minimum wage. Can I say you can't raise public sector wages now? You can't do it neither, you know. You have finished kill the country. So the nurse, them who are set out for raise this, it cannot happen. But he has still raised himself 200%. Then it's a sin. Yeah? Oh, we are raised too. It can't happen. Because think of you as a teacher. But you want somebody at home when the kids them come on, you have young family, and you have a helper at home and thing. You used to pay 16 grand. But him double it to 32. Your money can't go up in us. So you get more money, or you get a balance, or you get the money there for pay them. Think about everybody else who are going to find the money they for pay them. Or it pay. Only way you can raise this unless productivity gone up. We now produce with a service economy. Just look around you. Look on the factory, them look what them import and look what them export. That alone they tell you, you know why you're from nobody. Nobody at all. If them come with them bullshit. No, me could have there, so you could have said, hey, Andrew only list them a can artist, you know. You could have said, if you send even a man call himself professor. That does professor on paper. But remember a man like me, you can't come spin. Yeah? If you have a service economy, when you look around you, the little people, them all say, the little yam and banana down there, them just scrape by. Nothing now going in Jamaica. So I'm going to tell you raise minimum wage and them think of us. So because them dumb. We're going to hear what I'm saying. When me start this and start knock it upon them. When you hear this start get to know upset and mad, you know. But them for feel it too, you know. Them for feel it. Yeah? That for sure. So the whole of what them talk about. And you own this and him build it, or if you build something and them a ball. Remember them that are carrying the thing for the country working and Andrew, you know. At the private sector, you'd have said everything, the policies and thing and the private sector booming. Then you know say the country good. That now boom. Them a ball. Them a ball. See? And when you hear them a ball, what you think? Eh? Country gone. Let me start my show.
We are beat it till they are my burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum we are beat it till they are my burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb and
when people elect the government of a country, it's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put them life in misery. You understand the Luciano over there, man?
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for so.
Serious
it's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more.
Politicians, your judgment coming for so.
Yo, politician with the evilest mission, who no we blame. Too money and power and fame. Wanna go friend up the youth, them relieve down the lane. Get them big gun and brainwash them brain. Yo, wanna buy them cow, wanna buy them clothes and buy them.
Yeah, man. Hey, me just say, blah, blah. Him say, economy need a push that. And that Andrew did a push. And they say we have the lowest job employment, like we're gonna 3.8. Not even America. Can be so on in one of my put. That's what I like with them thing, you know. That's what I like with this. Yes. You see me I say, Sonia big up yourself. See? Yes. That's what I like though, them kind of show you because we have to open our eye to the lies. And we have to show the people them. None other about, yeah. Then, none other about, even though the big mama them carry it, you know. And I show up to them, mislead the people there. Run so we tell them as is. We not other nothing. Here did some them run here so now. It all hard from that. That's all for run big dirty thinking, mama. Ongo politics them play. You don't play politics with people life. Hear this.
Jamaican businessman and former president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, the JM.
You hear that? The former president, Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters.
MEA, John Mafood is calling for significant job cuts in the public sector in order to move the country's growth agenda forward. He made the call in a media release earlier this week. With the JLP securing a third term in office amidst persistent low growth, the businessman says it cannot be business as usual. Mahiri Stewart.
No, if them I tell you it cannot be business as usual, more you listen to this. People at times fear run them and wake up. You live the life and I live through the hardship. But them I tell you something different. Hear this.
Tells us more.
The former JMEA president says the Jamaican economy cannot afford another 5 years of stagnation.
Afford stagnation. Cannot afford another 5 years of stagnation. That alone, right off and do honest them, you know. Right them off and them are come out more. Just listen him word keenly. Yeah?
According to Mr. Mafood, many Jamaicans still recall the much-touted JLP promise of 5 in 4. That's 5% GDP growth in 4 years, which never materialized.
Him all bomb them from inception. 5 in 4. With them leeching come out, skinny kids right now, him a pump up leeching everything what the government do. Him tied to NCB. All them that I see that a corruption, you know, because the man draw leech inside them, but him give that bank favoritism over every other bank. That them a business partner. You carrying the business, give me the one of them and I'll give you back something. When you check him out with leeching, yeah, them now if you come out and bad, but this happened to you know. In our service country, just source of service. Not really there. Just barely 2 little thing. And to mouth. Continue.
He says with a renewed mandate, it would be folly for the government to simply continue business as usual and expect a different result.
So that mean him that run the country wrong way. You hear what I'm saying? When you hear this, people, you don't make things like this pass, you know. If Andrew did do something good, all right. You get up and you do something great for the country. Like what Andrew them 200 and odd things said. Them people that come out and tell you to change what you do, because you can't run it the same way and knock you from in the inception from 5 in 4 and that fail. You think so? Play it back. You hear what I'm saying now?
It's 5% GDP growth in 4 years, which never materialized. He says with a renewed mandate, it would be folly for the government to simply continue business as usual and expect a different result.
So if him continue at this way, I go, you know, get a different result. You have to desecrate them. And that him just say, you know, out of them out, you know. That means Andrew never did run the country good. Point blank. Point blank. You hear how much recommendation him give them about the country, Jamaica country. Hear this.
Mr. Mafood says urgent action is needed. He outlined 9 measures.
So if Andrew were good and have 200 odd things and your son we, or you need urgent action for the war. Eh? Why them man you know not in the private sector to come out and I tell you what to do? Because you mash up the place. Remember, if the government did do something good, you don't need nobody to tell you, say, yo, remember you can't keep the place the way you are running it, you know. They did in this tried. Everything where Andrew put up was lies. Yeah? Because you could not do something good in the country. And the one of them are run out by you now. And I tell you, say, listen me. Change where you do. Change course. Come off of the course completely. Make a 180 turn, not 360, because you go back into the same thing. 180 and drive go so. Don't no matter where you go, it cannot work. If them come do this, you know why you nothing with them and say and do all this. Hey, a time for the whole them and burn them out. Everything when I come to them to go away. You have to change course. The man ship the sink with everybody. They sink the ship with everybody. Yeah? JP alive, but this remember you know at them are export and a import. Me play, I know him alone me play others with a ball too in the sector. Remember now Andrew own the sector, you know, at them. And them have different things in the sector with them own them and them family. And when them come out a ball I tell you this, you know say it's serious. You know what your government has said? Because they will continue to tell a lie. Put things on paper, give you. These are all lies. That's why I mean, you see why I made the man in the wilderness. Me couldn't, voila. You could have live a life where you can't buy a toothpaste, a tube of toothpaste. The money devalue. You can't pay a light bill, you have your thief light. And then Andrew come and tell you, say, there you are, right. I'm going to run the country well. And then you follow, yes, because you get 5 grand. You don't be a goddamn ass. And you know, say, 10 years ago, you know, live so. Things are cheap and everything. And now, you are running up and down behind them. Eh? Them back people, so them are bad now. Well, on, hear this.
He believes can jumpstart the economy.
So, Andrew, you know, said the economy well. So, if him again 19 should jumpstart it, that means it pop down. And it's still pop down. So, if you have a full employment sheet, according to Andrew Owness, the economy is supposed to pop down, you know. Because if everybody at work at 3.3%, more than everywhere in the world, Andrew have full employment. But yes, still nobody now work. Nobody now work. Yeah? But him have full employment according to Wayne Henry. Me play him in a parliament around April. Yeah? You hear this? Right off. But hear this. Play it back.
Urgent action is needed. He outlined 9 measures he believes can jumpstart the economy. The first is reducing the cost of the public sector from 13% of GDP to 10% over the next 5 years.
So, when do Angelo put him friend and collabo them, and the rest of them for work? Remember, you just put them on some desk and nothing. Them have no skill, they have no head. So you pack them up, and then you have to pay them. But how much more you can tax the people them to pay them? Because the people them where you tax not working. Them not work. And now when Andrew say where we are telling you, them not really work. It's 2 little hospitals and everything there. It not work. So if you cut that, yeah, well, let me just talk about cut it from 13 to 10. You know what thousand people that have cut out of the public sector? Them not the one them one bench. Hear this.
He outlined 9 measures he believes can jumpstart the economy. The first is reducing the cost of the public sector from
the cost of the public sector. Remember, you know, we short of nurses, doctors and them, teachers and them things. Well, teacher, because some classroom want more. But him have some people who add and put in some things. Them are waste. Millions them I get. For the year of billions of billions, because them are friend and collabo. Them are bafan. Sit down and collect money in a chair. Doing nothing. Yeah? So this means if you have cut it from the 13% to 10%, it's a big cut that, you know. A big cut that. But remember, you have to kickstart the economy. So if you keep them up, you can't get the money to pay them. What happened? Whoops. So then now if you tell him to run the country now, me tell him destroy the country, continue.
13% of GDP to 10% over the next 5 years.
So you cut it from the 13% where you pay them a GDP to 10. Hear this again.
He says Jamaica's public sector wage bill has swelled after recent compensation reviews, which is crowding out resources that could otherwise fund development programs.
So it swell. Someone tell him you can't pay this, you can't pay that. We are tax and pay. Me tell you, the man run the country to the ground. And then him come out with a book and a chat one bag of bullshit. Yeah. Look on the big dirty thinking cabinet again. Hey, what honest do, you know? I try to save themselves and then they mash up the place. I mean, I know who follow them. Who follow them? When you hear the private sector will come out and a ball, you know. Because them look into it, you know it's dangerous. Hear this.
It's for this very reason that Mr. Mafood says the government cannot afford to increase public sector wages at this time.
So who are look for public sector wages? You might tell us, say, no, them can't wait. Remember, taxpayers' money and thing, you know. So, no, for one hour, either when they can't pay on the bill, when they go and drop down and dead, you know. Yep. Yes. But yes, still my promise. For out of the money where you can't raise for the money and want to work hard, can't Andrew them now do nothing, you know. Destroy the place. Only for pay more, that can't pay neither, you know. That can't raise. Because only can't get a raise, only pay. If we go up there and go up from 16 to 32. Eh? How that work? Eh? How that work? You see it? Yeah, man. You see me, I say? Yeah, man. See? Albert, see, who you call, so? What's it?
He's also calling for lower interest rates to spur productive investment. Mr. Mafood says the present high-rate regime is strangling the productive sector. Only yesterday, the country's central bank held its key policy rate at 5.75%, but commercial banks have been slow to reduce their lending rates. He says it's not justified based on the present low rate of inflation and significant foreign exchange reserves in hand. Mr. Mafood wants alignment with inflation and productivity. He says any...
Yeah, but that we are telling, listen, if you come with this, I will remember, you know, remember, you know, the productivity thing, it have really go up. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Blah, blah. Yeah, where say a 4 term. Them alone. Boy, I should have 10 term when them done and not even, end up not even drunk on them. Yeah? Nobody no foo-foo, so when a man a done and the man a billionaire and them run over, I catch them and send them a prison, yeah? All right. Remember just play about this.
Not justified based on the present low rate of inflation and significant foreign exchange reserves in hand. Mr. Mafood wants alignment with inflation and productivity. He says any increase in the minimum wage must be supported by an increase in the productive sector.
And that me tell them long time. Him late. The man that I willingness of telling him about the whole. But yeah, me telling him, me not do it like him, you know. Yeah. Yeah, man, me not do it like him. When me I tell him, I say, listen. Me tell them already, you know. Not true. No, me not tell them already. If me I do a teacher job or a doctor job or something and my money not gone up, and Andrew come like, who are moving to 32,000. So if you pay me, I can't pay me. Yeah? Yeah. If you pay me, I can't pay me. But me now have to pay who run me at work. All the people them have you have a little shop and everything going up on you. And they might tell you who pay all of them work. You don't better fire them. Remember, I broke it down and tell you. So if me have 10 workers, 10, I'm going to pay them 16 grand per week. 160,000 per week, never find. Out of my shop. Right? But that's me like break it down small for people understand me. Now if Andrew run out and tell me no, me for real see them thing. Remember everything gone up on me, the light bill, every day light bill gone up. More water, more this, more that. I have to balance myself now for make back a thing and I have to pay up the debt. If you push up something for me and me if you go 32. Me now go find 160,000 per week. Again, you know. Me go find 320,000. But me now have. So what me have to do? And this is bad for me. Me have to call Andrew a lot down the whole place. So if you raise it for me have to go fire 5. Because 150 60,000 me can do. Because me boss it, you know. So me keep the 100 and that. But me only got 5 workers. Might have stop me think them if them can't work, them have to go let them go. Me have to go let them go. So me have to go cut it to keep me 160,000 budget. Me have to go fire them people, them have go home. I remember them have not now home, you know. Remember Antomouth, them have feed themselves, you know. Antomouth. Them now have a bank book, them now have nothing at all. So me have to go let them go. Me have to go let them go. And that might have stopped something with me, you know. So you want to come to me on top of it. And you don't know for our country. And you don't know Max, you know. Yes. They don't know, hey, listen, me man. Hey, me hear people are beg, hey, you know, say, you know, so nobody can ask, Aral, you say nobody can ask, none of them can ask, and Lebanese can ask for the money. For me tell you, me say, them have a guy, I see him sleep in a park. Me don't see it yesterday. Say I'm a labor right, you know. Him say I'm going to chuck off, down a wharf, by 5 o'clock. If some F not make together and give him a money because he must sleep in a thing, so I have nowhere to sleep. Him say I'm one of them run ocean wide. Yes, one of them, yes. Me look on the comment and me see people them say, you don't reach it. And a 5 of them go up where you talk about and your place where you live. Go and go make case and chuck off. No, you not get your money. Me I say, box, can them not get your money? Because we think that chuck off already for you. Because like you tell a man, say, me I beg you, know, me I go chuck off. If you not give me this, me I go chuck off. Go and go chuck. Nobody now look for you. Nobody now look for you. See? So, yes. They don't have a clue. Yeah. Fiscal. They don't have a, yeah. Vixa. They don't have a clue. Yeah. See? They say, you need parachute, you don't need a just one. When you have dolphin, you're good. Chuck, that's one. You have a big yard, you can't go anywhere to live because you're used to the thing, you're good. See? So this are the reality of Jamaica. No politician can tell me otherwise. No politician. If Jamaica did not go on good, you see we were there so now, we could have called some family member and say, what happened? You have some nice thing down there, send me 2 barrels now. And them send we, instead of we are send it. Instead of we, people are bad, now we have to send everything down there. See? Not true. Yeah. Not true. Eh? Watch out. Hear this. Continue hear this.
It will make the country uncompetitive. The former JMEA boss is also calling for unprecedented investment in education, health, and security.
But that Sir Mark Wally doesn't tell you, no man. He might call no. Anybody that knows, you know, educated nation is a wealthy nation. And a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Yeah, Dennis. Yeah. We say them know about their work, but let me tell you the truth now, Dennis. Hold on there. Let me tell you the truth. So them feel everything, yes, what they are going through. Yeah, all right. But hear this now, my brother. Remember, hold on there, Dennis. Remember your reason a little bit there. You know the downside of that, though, if them have the billions, and them forgot to it, you know, but it ricochet, and it mash up our poor little people, them when they even understand, poor thing. Them get caught in the crossfire. A poor thing. Can't even sign their name properly. So, you know, if the big boys, and when the big boys them feel it, can you imagine the people them now behind them zinc fence and everything, brother? Oh, God, man. You can't just take up people and treat them so better. Eh? And then it's just, you understand what I say, brother? You can't take up people and just treat them and just lie. Eh? And you destroy the place. But you still run the place and you run it so good. Eh? This wicked man. See? Where's the parlor? Them stupid, we did tell them. But the 32, it can't work like this. Because even the private sector only go against it, they can't raise it. You have to finish mash up the place. Can't go like this. Remember, you know, we have to produce to do these things. We're not producing. We not produce. Even them will cost them not produce, you know. Because remember them, all right. You will go around there and see them in a factory. Or you know what so them are produce? People, it's simple. We know if the private sector produce, the manufacturing them, if them are produce good. You know, you wear that, them body not have to tell you nothing. So you know, all right. So you will go like a Western Cup and you see them make the whole of the thing, them and them are sell. And you see them gone up. And you go best dressed chicken, them gone up, but one to the one them are gone down. So you see the productivity when them are push out, and you say, well, but me see them and so overall for the country. When you say, yeah, man, we need back Jamal lied, we need back Jamal brother. Yes. Zane, we need back Jamal. Zane? Yes. So when you look on this now, brother, and you see where them export $1.5 billion worth of export. Remember, them are produce the export. And then we grow the thing. We not produce nothing. Whether we have produce agriculture, manufacturing stuff. But it equal $1.5 billion. And then when we import $7.5 billion, it's worrying. The gap of $5.5 billion that a draw down any country. Any country that a draw down. You now grow. You are mash up. Yeah? If you do the economics, you don't know you are mash up better. Or and then one time say the country I grow. Remember the government go to the country, you know. Private sector. And the people them go. And when we say private sector, I want to say something to you again. The bar, whether on the corner shop, and a public one, it's a private sector. But you know, join up, it's like a man that have one church, but in the join the umbrella group of churches. So you're part of the private sector too, you know, but you just one away, because it's a self-employed, private one business. See? But you know, by the join up with the big boy, them want to make the billions. See? But you know, I make nothing either. You know, I make nothing. So we know the country not growing. So it proves. So they have to tell me, you have a company might it an export and you see like you say, yes, this is just one company. How much company we have in Jamaica? So when you combine them, you can see, you can know so we're not going with nothing because what we are export and what we are import, it tell you. So we don't have to look at nobody book for know that. Okay? Put that in the head. You have to be critical thinker. So when I join up and down, I see the import bill even grow more and the export bill more shrink. It never go up 3 billion because we export at 3 and 5. Because we could have said, well, we export, we are growing, we are manufacture things and export, and we are grow things. 1.5. So we now really export nothing. We stock. We stock. See? But see them a furniture. Yeah. The Psoj. Yeah. I know our words. Blah blah. I know for words. I for them words. Continue.
He says the people of Jamaica have endured more than 10 years of sacrifice in order to reduce the debt to GDP ratio. He says it's time to release the pressure on the people and provide them with a better quality of life. Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, Mr. Mafood argues that those who are cut from the public sector can easily find employment in the private sector.
Them can't easily find employment. Because them know so they not take them up. Hear this.
Well, that is probably what is likely to happen. In this instance of full employment, freeing up workers in the public sector and making them available to the private sector.
So that don't make no sense to me now. Can you say full employment, but cut them from the public sector, make them available to the private sector. If the private sector allow so much and lose so much money, or them are employed and them no skill. Remember them up sit down on a table and just carry news, you know, and bend over, man and woman, you know. Remember tell you them get the job. You have to be a labor right now, and then you bend over and carry news. See? and then you get a job and them get. Look, you think a job me make? Look down at the hospital, who are on it? Look down at the school down there, who run it? Look at Magla, he a police? No, he might get big money per year. From just in an ocean, I come from ocean wide. Magla no police, I see in a cop now. Depends on TV are doing thing, him no real police. Eh? Yeah. Or him used up money to serve. Yeah. No, me soon go play that, man. Me I play it, blah blah. Me soon play it. See? But just hear this. You hear this? Eh? If them for cut it and them me take it up. That means them have empty space. Eh? Yes, a full employment, but you're here where more skilled workers. Listen.
It's not a bad thing. But what we have is a situation where we have a bloated public sector and a shortage of skilled workers in the private sector.
So you have a top-heavy public sector and shortage of skilled workers in the private sector. You know, I'm not skilled. When you take the $1 thing then up on private sector, where I get trouble and I lock up school gate and all kind of things. Eh? Eh? You got to take it, man. A matter of fact, I see them did Cougar did put 3. Let me say I can't find the 3. Cougar put, yeah. Yeah. You can't hire Gerald, or you're hire. Brother, or you're hire. Tell me now, or you're hire when they say you have to freeze that money, then you free it up. I remember for them speak, for them chat, carry, when them speak, it carry value, you know, to the government, you know, we boycott the government and them thing there, you know. Yes. See, remember look on something here, so. I wanted them get job. I'm say what them go by in there go do. Them they get up. Let me show the job what them get and look what them do. Look what them do the little time. Look here. Look here. When you see them one before, look on them one here. Them get job, you know, look here. Andrew Wright, O'Neill Hope, Rudolph Barnes, Cougar carry them at Insport. Look here, them get, look here. 2 others found guilty, Andrew and then 2 others found. Actually, Andrew won this. Yeah. 222 million in sport fraud case. So when them do them take them from your support JLP, you get them kind of thing and get money from angle and then you say everybody a thief, you're a thief. 3 of them get, you know, yes, get convicted. 200 million. Them get convicted for 200 million, 222 million. You know what this another MP, a Cougar, them should have dropped, you know. Yeah. Actually, every time Warren, every time it fix back, them master. Cougar, them should have dropped. But them not drop Cougar. Them drop them. Then drop the little side man off for the truck. I remember, you know, you have a driver for the truck, you know. And the 2 little side man, them always a charge. You notice? Eh? You notice? Yes. Yeah, man, them found them guilty. Yes. Look at
According to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin, as at April, the country's unemployment rate was 3.3%.
Yeah, there. That was lie. And of April. Remember, you know, I know. Remember, them can't have that, you know. The census from 2022, 21. It not do it. A matter of fact, from 2011, it not do. Every 10 years you do that. And you don't know who are work, who not work, and this. So what them do, they run with false things. Yeah. But it needs to roll back the people them to come out and say, no, we're not destroy the country. We're not care for nobody. Yeah. Hear this.
That's an historic low. It's also well below what is statistically accepted as full employment. Mr. Mafood says there needs to be a consolidation and streamlining of services within the public sector to free up valuable resources.
That hasn't happened. There is still overlap of services and
overlap of services. Andrew put in Colombo. Andrew and friend them put some Colombo, some gunman, some juggies, some all kind of people and put them all kind of some dumb said. We look them all around. We look them at them and manager them at this, them at that. I run some institution that unbelievable. Because all them do is collect. All these people do them just collect. Them have a sense of what them a do. People that get contract to do road, them not do them are not builder, them not do nothing, them never do a pavement yet. So even if you was a mason, me rather give a mason something for a good for do, you know. Because he might put in the curve wall and them thing the same way. But through him pave, he might use concrete. I remember concrete build road too. He may know say the thickness of the concrete, because thing drive on it. Not a private thing. He may know say, well, I'm a slant that as a mason, the water for run off and thing. Me rather give mason the work on the road. But me now, remember them build house and build Gov'T and they stand up. And them build, them have to put in flooring and them have to cast this thing and strong and steel up so them know. So me rather some mason instead of me give some little man something and two little roller. Believe it or not. Yeah? So when they go under this and it disturbs, I say no, this stuff make a ram up this, I will move this and put some gravel less and you know do this. Because when you build thing, it can't sink on you, you know. More than you catch everybody and just give them a shovel and do foolishness. Them not do that. See,
Public sector wage bill at 13% is, you know, way above what it's supposed to be. And the question.
So the public sector wage bill at 13, can you imagine it at 13? And you want to cut that to 10. To 10. And nearly a third they are cutting now. Yeah? Yeah. Can you do that like 12 and you cut it to 8, that'll be 1/3. You're there 13. So enough percent that you cut enough people that. But them for go on because them not do them gonna collect free money. Free money, bigger work list. Run up and down and only thing them do is carry news and bend over. Blow up. Turn saxophonist and learn more. Appear that them going with. Yes. Turn more and them are a musician by the way. Yes. Full length packet just put some people just keep their ass. See? Yeah. See, so you just give them some job, but them don't even understand. You're not builder, you know, this boy yesterday, you have big building and thing where I go, but you don't understand. Nothing you can't read a plan. But are you in charge of it? Are you in charge of it? I'm in charge of move you. Are you in charge of school? They put a chairman where you can't, you don't even know where you chair. Eh? You're in charge of something that big money. And then middle street, some of them do them just go run and chop. The country not running. But you see them come out about like this. Remember now him alone come out, you know. Now play some more. Watch out.
The question is, how do you bring it down to a more acceptable level like 10% in that region? So part of it has to be in terms of realigning the public sector with personnel, increasing the efficiency, implementing.
So they now do not increasing them efficiency. We are aligning it to the real thing because we are paying too much people. Yeah. And it's a service country. And you know I get service. Because when you go into the island service place, then what you get? Most of the cubicle, people just line up, but nobody know they are served. And people sit down and pick them nail and everything. You understand? Yeah, man. This bad.
Of shared services and so on. So we are in a position to also give reasonable wage increases to those people in the public sector area. And we are not able to do that now because it is still at a very high cost to the country.
John Mafood, former president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association.
So he might come out about now. But remember, a few months ago, them when I come out and ball too, like 2 months ago. See that?
Right now, as it stands in the Jamaican economy, the economy is struggling. It's probably the worst I've seen in the 30-odd years I've been in business. The buying power is the weakest, and government needs to find ways to, how do I say it now, catalyze the economy to be able to grow. We tried our best a few years ago, and Jamaica started to see growth. But right now, they've done so many things to stagnate the industry.
So him come and tell you this now. This is Omar Hassan. And this, when you see the time that when him say this is in March. Then him come back now around July. Him and the other one.
Interest rates need to come down quickly. The Bank of Jamaica needs to come out of their tunnel vision and start thinking out of the box to manage the economy, because right now it's in a very stagnant stage and actually in a
So the whole of them bars will come out and them run the expo. Remember, you know, the one of the codes him supply them. Him are the biggest supplier. Plus bars furniture him supplier foreign and everything. But him a ball too. Them a ball. I remember a group of companies, what of them have, you know. Them a ball.
Stage, and it is actually quite frightening what is happening.
No, him talk, Herman. Remember say him talk no, the one we talk today attack. Oh, him could have talked before the election, but remember, you know, no, them should have rush and joke. Them should have come out in a unison and run him away. Because them now in the country, them say, yo, if we continue with the same thing, that means I'm not doing something right. So much of them can, you ever hear them come out from PG and Porsche and come talk this thing yet? Happen anybody else? You know, matter of time, my brother. Continue.
Out there, when you speak to business people, people are saying they're seeing anyway in a 50% down in terms of sales, the retail trade.
50% a year when them say retail go on your manufacture. 50% down in a sale. 50.
And every expense is going up. Their rental rates that they're paying to rent these shops and stores is going up. Their light bill consistently is up.
This is what we talk every day. That's a simple maths where if you know these things coming up. Yeah. See? There's no doubt about that. Everything go up. And then you still have to pay the workers. That's why I tell them, say, when you just watch me, you know. Remember, I want them about that up there. So if Factories Jamaica, where them name NCB, no carry that down to 200,000 them money. They remember up at St. Thomas Plaza. That will not work. Yeah? You understand? Yeah, it not work. We are telling them the same thing. So them have to come out, come say the same thing what we are telling them, but this don't make no sense. Uncle Andrew alone can go around and tell some little people because they want two little chicken. But see how people are collect chicken, you know, but they have no cool. That don't make no sense neither, you know. And everything you take, you know, you have to think, you know. You know, have no cool, you never raise chicken yet. Them are like dead, them easy for them. They can't leave them out with the way you do. Let them under your bed. You don't even have a good bed. Yes. You understand? You go let them under your bed. That's not healthy. I know by a week and two them yam them because them hungry. See what you do the place. Hear this.
You know, it's a tough world out there, yes, but we can do things to make it a little easier for our people in this country. So the minister and the government has a lot to do, and the Bank of Jamaica and our commercial banks to try and stimulate this economy, because if they don't start doing something now, the economy is going to start fumbling and they're going to be in big trouble.
I want you to expand.
Stimulate the economy. Hear this? Yes.
On that a little bit more from me, Mr. Azan, because it's good to hear your views on that, because the data is suggesting, and we hear the government talk a lot about economic growth and inclusiveness. It talks about business.
Well, don't say that. Well, let me take off that. Don't answer that. Just your talk still. Don't answer that. Yeah, take off that. Yeah, talk to me now. Talk to me.
No, can't get no taxi if you say we pick them go to school, because then the taxi man then block the road.
Why?
The bad road, then block the road for black road.
So hold on. No, the other day they must fix the road them. So the road them bad already.
Yes, the guys the taxi man them, yeah. So couldn't get no car this morning. We said, oh, the little girl, they have to walk. His school pick them have to walk this morning. That's school.
And them wicked still, you know. The man not do no work, hey.
Bad road.
The man not, hey, this bad door. Which bad just call out the road and tell them go attend to the people in Road Africa. One of those take 40 billion. So why the guys in main road? The guys in main road?
Yeah. Main road figure watch your ass.
And I be a hole in it.
Yeah.
Be a hole.
I get I got an eye gate yesterday. I go as far as to I'm not to be yesterday.
Yes.
I mean, I tell them, it's supposed to say eye gate road. Mall, me see them a dropping like patrol them. Mall.
Man, no good man, shrink
no
up.
No road, no eye gate.
I tell you, and then people are we fix what this is bullshit. And we are telling them, we're going to do the road them, and the man say, we must take it, make political football and we build. This is what Andrew do.
When you talk about the doctor them,
yes.
Because Spanish on the hospital. Last week, Tuesday, I got doctor, because I have one appointment over there. And when me go over there, Mr. Alone, so me reach over there 8:30. And me never left the hospital till 5 o'clock in the evening. People are ball, the doctor, when you go to the doctor, me and the doctor guy attack, the doctor guy say, Mommy, we tired. He say, around the clock, keep at work. He said, if you look ball, they lip up, you know, so they lip white. He said, they're hungry. He said, not now go on. A Paul Kuba, man, make a Geisel. Geisel, he said, my bill one Paul Kuba, Geisel, to back up where my do. He said, not now go on. That's how the doctor tell me.
Well, people are feeling it, you know. What we tell them, because remember, we don't have nothing around here, you know.
Yeah, man, it's trained Mr. Alone, so me tell me, see a Paul Kuba.
Yes.
I go check out our place stream because I tell you, say, in time, get the chicken and everything ready. I go see if we can get 2 restaurants, thing can deliver and thing them.
So doctor try doing liquor farming now for make up our money. First time you need a doctor do that, you know, doctor does a be doctor.
Yeah, he show me on the Paul Coop, he show me on the Paul Coop. Because when I tell you, say, guys, when I come from, I say, Ratty, you know, they help me a bill one Paul Coop and then they show me and I start to talk. So when some you got a punish to hospital, you know, we have a panny up use and flush all the dirty toilet over there.
It's a tough tongue them. You see them people in Jamaica when I joke, you know. Hey, let me tell you something. That's why I'm in a business who I vote for Andrew when me attack, you know, but I come push up on yourself and me a different man, you know. I'm in a do tabloid. And the people in Jamaica will push back. Push back. When you hear them run up and with them look up big dirty thinking, say, remember I wanna get hurt. You push back, tell them come out of your way. You know, chat to them that they are chat to government. Criminal government.
My little granddaughter.
Yes.
My little granddaughter got school. Paid and fresh and late school. I'm ready for that school. And I walk, she have to walk. Almost 1 mile or more, 1 mile. Pick me have to walk that school. He shut up himself at school. No taxi. Them block the road. Because the man them block the road through the road bad.
This bad though. But the other day, they went up and down like now fix everything. I may ask them, you know, if the same thing we Andrew them do, if them that do it, them come back and do it today. And they call them to continue to do it every month. No, them stop. Them stop now. Them done, we don't know.
You see how the MP woman, you think that anybody else see her all up here? She now come in what's like how she get all on like a post. She now come here, them go want to see her and can't see her.
But when it comes near to election, then you see them. People never stop this.
You see them. Mr. Alonso, when me attack, I don't care. I do not care.
Me love that. Hey. Yes. I want that. Me love that thing because hear this now. Hear this. When we talk on us, you know, and we like motivate people to talk out, you know, we not in the foolishness. See, we attack as is. I don't business Bushman after them business. When me see something that is not right, I'm going to point it out.
I've been there and I've done that. Because this morning we answer what we pray that talk and we say yes. Not even out there. Me not even walk or go look. Pan the black with them black the road. Not even come me even go look pan it. Because me don't want to see it. Because that's happening to them. Because they get this privilege to do what they have to do. And they go one different way. Because they don't. Then enough of them does. Yeah. Right? They have no sense. And enough of them is damn does. So they go do what they want to and no them have not even hold them in a go. Not even hold them in say more than walk go. They may not going out because I don't want to see them. Let them stand there. When me not plan this man, they say when them block the road, police will come tear gas them and
Yes,
lock
sir.
him up.
Yeah, Randy. Yeah, man. But that for one. See? Because Andrew now really do not. If Andrew cut against Palestine, you them were get desecrated all them old people there. What you think? Yeah?
A true man.
Andrew business about people.
Them man.
Andrew business about people.
That
Hey, me attack right now the place so them a feel it and them a run out now, because yeah. All right.
Make them do what they have to do, man. That's fair because them man make we feel it.
That's how it go. All right. No, so no, them a feel it worse,
Yeah.
All right. All right, sister.
Now we not do it, but we have to feel it. But we turn up in it.
All right, sister. No, so no, later. Bless.
Aye, Mr. Alone.
Yeah, man. No, man, but people them for feel, yeah, them have to feel it still. Because when them get up now, when I get a little black jump, remember, you know what hurt me? Our people, them going like them not smart, them not sit down first and study like what man they say. When I mean first and study, and everything hand out to you, you take neither, And everything hand out, you take. You understand? Don't do it. See? First and study. So some man come and do one the same give 350,000 people water. No air water commission couldn't add on the amount of people that no service. No time. Never. They hand us so much customer them have. Because when them country as a customer, then you have your family. So them couldn't add up like this. And you'll be like go on and tell. Right? The black jump them. When them get out, most people will get them don't have the money much, yes, you go put water in it. Maintain that. Impossible. And when them have it, them are try to sell it. But tell me what, you never can buy it, can't have the money. So you fear price, you just take it. It's like a stumbling block. And everything I give you for take, man. Same like the chicken. You know, have a coop, you never raise chicken yet, but it a give, but Fabi can't take it, me I take it. You carry them home by a week, them dead out. Yes. See? Dead out. Do things that are meaningful to you. Get real. See? When you see them money about, hey, me no megawatt. What going better? We don't mind them ball in a megawatt. But here this no megawatt. You still have feed it for people them. Because when you're a billionaire ball out, you when I have it, can you imagine with you when I have nothing at all. And there you have many people when I put up with Andrew and them classes and foolishness. But them suffer too. Because you know they have a thing named the good suffer for the bad. And that's it, Yeah, that's it. And when Andrew do is just lie again, and then people, and then putting at them head like party thing. And then that don't want nobody. The buying a vote. That still can't overthrow Bagwan. Tell them to vote a suppression. Yes. See? It's bad. And now when you're hungry, and when you're hungry, you really feel the hardship. Can't remember enough. No election never call now, And like, they might say, you can't stop me now, child. No, for I'm dead, I want to pick me, I'm dead, I want to go on, yeah, man. And when the election come now, you see them come down and get off again and start year 2 and out. You don't have to come after that. Why? Just go study about in the past. Overreach in the Caribbean and how we get to ban in here, so how we, because of this, so we join the start. We join the start from much 100 years back. And when them go through for the little freedom, no boy can come approach me and tell me about come sell my boat and this, that, this. And come give me things and friend me up because you buy my boat. You can't dismiss up. Yeah. See? Yeah, man. Where's your friends? And the money with them? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This bad. I'm not people are beg right now, When we say them hungry, them are beg hard. But me are telling you still, if you get up and you give them your things, same like you give them a boy, labor right. If you get, listen, make Make them work with a doctor. And them not have the doctor. Even if them drop down, you have a car, you have to cut it out. Listen, like how Andrews are tough, you have to play tough. You will know you vote for Labour right, and you say you vote on this and you choose. Choose your future. You have to work, get up off of your foot and work with a doctor. I can't carry you. Not even in my car. And you say, Lord, loan some, but you're so hard. But you have to cut it somewhere. You have to cut it somewhere. Anytime them go on the way, they give them 100 full. You have to, yeah, man. Yeah, of course, you have to. So you see a man and him drop down a beg, not begging come out. You say, no, man, beg Andrew. Yeah, man, go beg, yeah, man. Me just see you with a black tank, don't. And you're mad with chicken. Me can't help you. Me and you good, me and you grow up, but me can't give you a cup of water right now. Just go beg Andrew, brother. Me sorry. You understand? I want to help you, my heart willing, but the flesh weak, brother. Because when me help you, I help you now if you come back when Andrew come out and you do the same thing again. Me not stupid. You have to make up in the mind and do this. Because them same man make you suffer. So if you are suffer and feel the consequences too. What you do? Help them to make you suffer again? No. Because them not cater for you, you know. So the little way you have, you can't do that, brother. Yeah. Yes, you can't do it. Kind of like, you know, you have got through it too. Yes, Abolo. Yeah, man. No, it's serious. You know, but it's serious. No, we can't miss in Abolo. Look here. Remember just finish play with them and say yes, sir. I mean, I'll put up the next one. This is a March. Hear this. Hear this.
Confidence is at an all-time high. We know of unemployment rate, the best that it has been. Is it that the manufacturers are not seeing all of that? What exactly is happening? Why is there a...
So, hear this? So, Andrew, remember play back a little part of this. So, this in a March, when Omar Azan attacked to the guy from Power 106, he was the government said the confidence on this PIOJ. Hear this, and the government.
Economic growth and inclusiveness.
Economic growth, no. Yeah. You know, say the place no go. You see it. But I'm going to say economic growth and inclusiveness. I use some word, but it's not reality. Me, hey, no voter, hey, no politician could have put me in. More my people them in a different mindset. You understand? I never tell politicians, me talk to me truthful. You know, the place no go, it's stuck, it's stagnant. I bet I come and say, well, give me a chance. I know it's stagnant for the 2 term, but I'm going to try to make it better. Let me say, brother, but me give you 2 term already. But not talk about inclusive, that's exclusive. Don't do this. It's wrong.
Start doing something now, the economy is going to start fumbling and they're going to be in big trouble.
I want you to expand on that a little bit more from me, Mr. Azan, because it's good to hear your views on that, because the data is suggesting, and we hear the government talk a lot about economic growth and inclusiveness. It talks about business confidence is at an all-time high. We know of unemployment rate, the best that it has been. Is it that the manufacturers are not seeing all of that? What exactly?
So, all right, let me tell you again. What the government do, people in our country? What the government do? Are the government an exporter and importer and manufacturer do these things? No. Them collect taxes, do the servicing, and even them now, them turn what we call them again, ICI. Because we not most of our factory them close them, and the little thing with them manufacture, it not help we. It not help us. But another government do this. So the government will go there and cut some red tape. That means the people them can operate in a more friendly environment that we can produce more and do things, you know, and grow the economy. The government not grow the economy. The government that take a tax and pay themselves and pay one bag of thing. Yeah, you understand? See? So when you tell about economic growth and thing, and you hear from the people, them were supposed to make it happen, I say, no, it not happen. or you believe in Andrew Honest, he might tell you straight lies. Yeah, he might tell you straight lies. So when he might tell you this, but you hear them and come out and say, listen, and this happen. You can't follow them data, it's fraud. The real thing happening, you know. But them I give you something for one lamp. You'd be answer. Continue.
Exactly is happening. Why is there a dissonance between the two?
There are one or two businesses that may be seeing some growth, but
Yeah,
I tell you, the general economy is struggling out there. The real estate side of things, the building, the construction side of things is slowing. Interest rates has played a major part in doing that. And the business side, the manufacturing side is struggling. And we need to find ways to stimulate back this economy, because what we've done over the years and tried to build it back, coming from where we're coming from, I think what we've done in terms of managing this inflationary issue, I think we've gone about it possibly in a little different way that we could do something, but it is creating a havoc in the economy right now. Buying power is the weakest that I have seen in all my years of doing business. I'm not just speaking from my own business, but generally because I sit on other boards, it is very weak, and it is actually a little frightening for me when I am looking out there and seeing what's happening in the economy out there. So we need to find ways of trying to find ways. The Bank of Jamaica needs to come out. Commercial banks need to start doing things to stimulate stuff, because you're going to find ourselves in a real pickle if we don't do something quickly.
We know.
So we are move in. So I put up a next one now in our July. That was March. Put up one in July. So them did come out back again. Hear this. So Andrew say, better them set the thing if you have the poor economic policies for the stagnant growth. I when I ask them if it's stagnant, where I say we're export and we see we're import. So we know it's stagnant. And what him tell we see it. Because some people are waiting for them to come tell you something and you see it. When you see the data when we are export or we are import, we are saying, wow, what's the gap? This bad. It's bad. See? Continue.
Inflation, adding that policymakers need to intervene to change the culture of banking in Jamaica.
I'm not saying I'm not blaming the commercial banks, because they have a big part to play in lowering their rates. But what I'll say to you, just like any other businesses operating out there, when you have a devalued currency and the dollar moves to 165 or 162 to 1, and you buy your goods and services or your raw materials and you bring it in, it takes a while for the pass-through effect to take place. So I'm not sure how the banking sector operates, and if there's a what they call a timing thing that needs to happen. But yes, the Bank of Jamaica needs to pressure them, but I think more needs to be done to get our rates and policies in place to allow banks to lend money, to allow businesses to be competitive on the global sphere.
Chief Executive Officer of Boss Furniture, Omar Azan. In the meantime, turning to the state of the economy, Mr. Azan says businesses and consumers are struggling due to high interest rates. He says banks will soon be in a similar...
The government said print and everything turn out nice and gloomy. But them will deal with the business, I tell you, when we are going in the economy.
Position.
Everything's going to start going haywire, and I'll tell you something, the government better call election quickly because the balloon is about to blow. The economy is in the worst position that I have ever seen it in my 30-odd years of business. The bank...
Answer the worst position, now you don't get your credit. Remember him supply Boss Furniture, and him are the biggest supplier for coats all over Jamaica. Plus, the Boss Furniture product itself. All over the place, all over the world, them sell out things out, they export things and sell things otherwise. And him I feel it. The whole of them I feel it right now. Hear this.
Power is the weakest, remittances are down, tourism is struggling, everything is struggling. And what are we doing? We're doing things to stifle the economy with our monetary policies coming from the Bank of Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance. People out there that are living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing.
Him tell you, himself, this is July, by the way. Omar Razan tell you as is. Boss Furniture Boss. Him say them feel high and mighty when the politicians step out and tell you how high and mighty the economy doing.
Monetary policies coming from the Bank of Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance. People out there that are living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. But look at how many hungry people are out there that...
Hey, them thing I will magnify them, man. Him did want them. Him did want them. Blah, blah. Him did want them. No man at 200 term. Him did want them. I remember them can't come thief nothing again and smoke no line. Nobody now in that with them this time, you know. Never before. Yeah? Suppression now go work again. You hear this? This is how him tell us Andrew come out and tell you a lie. Yes?
Are struggling. How many businesses are finding it hard? Right? So we need to start waking up the government, the opposition.
Chief Executive Office of Boss Furniture Omar Azan. In its latest report on Jamaica's economy last week, the Planning Institute of Jamaica said it grew by 0.8% in the March 2025 quarter.
It grew. Not go. God damn at them deal with it and can't tell me something when them people are out against it. Them can't tell me nothing. See? Can we not recession too, you know? Yes. Continue.
Marking its exit from technical recession.
From technical recession. That sounds like a good country that run good. Can we not recession? So when they want to do an election here, so him just come tell some lie. See, after this, him say, in a 20, me I play where him say after this. Me I play it. Where he say Andrew run out with PIOJ.
The PIOJ said the turnaround was driven by rising consumer confidence, increased employment, and stronger external demand.
So that was a lie. Them come out and the other one come out and tell us, well, the government forgot cut them worker force. And them now have no skilled worker. And I like them say 50% of them thing gone on. So it is a 100% lie. PIOJ lie. Lies. Them I tell you we're going and oh people hungry. But PIOJ say yes, you know, them workforce up on them this and them I tell us 50% of them think out. Eh? So all the man who own them who own all these companies are come and tell us them think out and them are struggle. But PIOJ, we just an agency of the government that tell us say them are work and everything good and everything up. But we see it at the export. The guy waiting to forget fire to him is a piece of shit. Lie. Continue.
Close to 2 months after the 10% tariff on goods exported from Jamaica to the United States took effect, Chief Executive Officer of the separate group, Richard Pandowi, says from a supply chain standpoint, the impact on manufacturers has been worse than during the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's worse than the pandemic. Him just said this just July. Worse than the pandemic. And the pandemic shut down the whole world. If the pandemic shut down the whole world, oh, this worse than the pandemic. That just shows the country not running. But yes, still them go find 200 and odd things. Weird. Me not bother read that because remember bullshit. Bullshit. Them make all Oma Davis, that piece of shit. Run out and I say, Ima the father for the road. But I'm not clear paternity. For something for us repair. But we are telling Andrew said the road them for repair. Up and down. I'm saying, well, we don't make no political for them over it and we'll allocate the money in this budget and the budget to come. But we allocate the money now. He must say him do this and him paternity him clear. Him breed one of the road them and the road after road there. Road we just need repairing. I know now even repair good. These people sick in their head. Yes? It's worse than when remember the world was shut down because of the pandemic. And we are going now worse than in the pandemic. Continue.
Mr. Pando says his company has been trying to find alternative markets. Describing supply chain shocks during and post-COVID as a nightmare, the Seprod CEO says businesses are having a harder time sourcing and receiving products.
Hard time sourcing. So what we do? Sit down and listen to all this? And in government? When we hear the whole of them that come out from Psoj, each of them separate group of company, no much company under one belt. Yeah? When you hear Mafood come out, West Sync and the whole of the company, the man that them the belt there. And you hear boss, when you hear them people come out like this, you know it's a real big thing I go on. Nothing I go on for this country. For that country, nothing. You know? All right. Continue.
No, during COVID, a lot of production went down, so supplies were actually available. No, some commodity price went through the roof, obviously, but the fact is that the reality of today, and I've been saying this for at least a year and a half, 2 years now, that our supply chain disruptions are actually worse now.
So who's most at risk now? MSMEs?
The MSMEs are always at risk. I mean, the smaller you are, the bigger you're risking, right?
So, and I'm right. See, you hear this?
Chief Executive Officer of Seprod Group Richard Pandora responding to Small Jamaica host Simone Clark.
So when they run out and tell you these kind of little things, and I know we are telling the people them say you know follow Andrew Unis and them lives. I'm gonna play some of that little thing. This is the recession and Biles call it up more in the ear. Technical, we don't know. We come out of it. We in a recession. So if in a recession and you come out of it and say we're good 0 point add when the people them say them now do nothing, them are lose. We don't know how we grow. So Andrew tell us everything gloomy, everything nice and rosy. Not gloomy, nice and rosy. Yeah? Hear this. These are piles. Which are piles?
Technically speaking, 2 consecutive quarters qualifies as a recession. However,
technically speaking, we have around 3, not 2. From last year, go back, come now this year, we come out and we grow another 0 point. The whole of these are lies. See? That means last year, we in a recession. See that?
there are other factors.
Why else I keep it, Kelly? Big up yourself. Public sector worker want to get paid the 25th. War start soon. No, but them say as private sector, the guys them come out and say you can't pay them because you're finishing the country. You don't have the money to pay them. The government have no vision cable.
That you would expect to support the direction of a recession, and we don't see them present. And in that sense, I say, let us just watch to see what those mean. In addition, I think we can all agree that Hurricane Beryl and the heavy rains that followed a month or 2 later would have impacted the country a lot.
So them blame all Hurricane Beryl. Them blame everything, but you're still on tell them, we help me up around the country. Me team go foreign, my blame Beryl same way. Shanet, big up the whole Negril and the whole place where go on, you good? Yeah, you hear this? So when them talk, them blame something. Piles, we want to call him Piles, but him reading them are Piles, which are Piles. Piles, this one, right? Pile, you know Pile? Yes, Pile. Human Pile, you know that Pile? Yes, Pile. See? Now not about him neither, you know. So I try to pretty up the thing. You see it, Mega?
Certainly with agriculture, but also with, say, mining, where, as you probably know, the export port had to be moved offshore or closed down.
People, the little bell will come. If you move that offshore, you can't think back by 24 hours when it pass. When I come with like it out there for months and this is bullshit. Man talking bullshit. What do we know, right? Continue.
Same thing with the petroleum business had to be locked down. It would have impacted construction too. So maybe even if we are in technical recession, we will come out of it pretty quickly. So the point, Durant, is this. What is the conclusion do we draw from these 2 quarters of a recession? Is it that the sky is falling? Or is it that there are some other factors that may be pointing to that it is only temporary and we can come out of it? I don't know, but I'm saying let's watch and see. And I agree that there are some risks out there that could have a profound effect on the economy. We need to see those risks play out a little bit more before we call.
So I'm coming and play politics and attack foolishness. That's for sure say the country no good same way. You want to call it technical recession or something. So when Andrew did a preach, the whole of that is garbage. Him and them minions, them what them a preach is bullshit. Everybody hands up out, you know, and your phone start ringing, you know, boss, you know, you can't send something come because, you know, if the sky fall, you know. Nicholson, where you say on a egg business out there too? Yeah. Metaphors. And then them they are clapping up, Wilson. Them they are clap. See? So you hear him? So this sound like Andrew said put on the right track. It sound like a country on the right track to you. That are the governor for Bank of Jamaica. Yeah? Piles. Richard Piles. See? Something right there, so. I make I show you something now. Honest. Let me show you something now. Let me see this. Hear this. Hear this. This is about honest.
Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Honourable Andrew Holness. You've had a long history now of really struggling to put things back in order in your country. You've succeeded in reducing your debt ratios by half. Unemployment has come.
So in the succeed, mama people put that and put in the legislation. So them come with this unemployment shit with bullshit. That's why this here.
Down to fairly low levels. Inflation has come down. So lots of successes. Tell us a little bit about how you were able to do that.
Well, firstly, it's the building of social and political consensus. That's absolutely important.
It might build social and political consensus. Not building the country. So I didn't like social and political. I want to social media and go on with them foolishness. We just go in and tell lie. Then continue.
And that starts with the country taking responsibility. We have to put our house in order.
Yeah.
And then we have to strike global and international partnerships. We struck a very good partnership with the IMF and the World Bank. And we focused on a development program, which was sponsored by both the IMF and the World Bank. And then the government committed to a fiscal path. And
it's not you commit, listen. That committed from, yes, it comes from one government. But nobody tell about commit to a physical part. Because all you do is service the debt. We owe more money now than what we owe in 2015. You can't just look it up and you will see it. 2.8 trillion we owe. 2.2 on climate. We did less than that in 2015. So we got service the debt. So you carry it down so now you can get a loan for borrow. And you get a lower interest rate. And that alone it do, you know. But we don't want to borrow a loan. We want to build ourselves out and it. We want to manufacture ourselves from this. We don't want to put more debt on what people them for come. So him attack him not do nothing really. Nothing. Them are gonna have to understand the numbers, you know. When I talk about shit.
Up to it.
Yes.
Clearly, the COVID pandemic would have set us back.
Yeah.
But within the fiscal program, we built in resilience. So we ensured that our economy was able to respond to shocks.
So him a building on resilience. Beg and you get things and pay, and that's why him go on and blame. Me don't play the Bank of Jamaica I blame Beryl just now. If we go in a recession. They won't go in a recession, we not go into all of these things. We matter about resilience. Bullshit. We won't go in a recession and all kind of things.
And we were able to respond to the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
And the subsequent shocks that followed, the supply side shocks, supply chain shocks, the energy shocks. And then recently we had another shock, which was Hurricane Beryl. And we were able to...
Hurricane Beryl not like Jamaica kind of people. I just said the North Coast and people don't get nailed. So I'm like, not like Jamaica.
To respond to that. So I think that Jamaica could be cited as an example of a country that maintained fiscal discipline, built in buffers, and took the necessary steps to build resilience in its economy to be able to respond to unexpected crises and shocks. But that's just the first stage of the economy, of our economic development. The second stage now is how do we get the economy to grow rapidly, to deliver on the prosperity promise to our people. And that's the challenge. And that is where we tie in all of the SDG goals. How do we get our economy to be able to deliver on the SDG goals?
So him not get them. He might ask the question, how do we? So this, he might tell about shocks. But now, at the question now, how we get it to deliver. So the 10 years him don't deliver. Him just tell you the coward. He just tell you. May I hear what I'm say yes or no?
And a key part of that is growth. And I believe that the multilateral financial system has a role to play.
Look at the multinational financial system. Put in a more debt. Him said the multinational financial system have a role to play. But if you can survive and grow yourself from a small shop to some manufacturing, like how we have Kentucky, the colonel him grow himself from a little thing and then look on Kentucky worldwide the franchise. Him dead guy but look on it. While Disney then them grow from them grow. Our people them we not grow nothing. We don't. Continue.
In taking a very forward-leaning posture in ensuring that the global financial architecture is supportive of countries like Jamaica.
So we have million them financial architect. We if we grow as a country, self. Hey, I want to the man. Want to man. A self-reliant we deal with. I talk about the globalists, the IMF and the World Bank and them to do what? So you want to continue we're not going to move. We're not talking bullshit.
That have made the sacrifice, that are putting in the efforts to ensure that that sacrifice and effort results in growth.
We're here. The UN Secretary General has called for an SDG stimulus plan. You yourself are a...
So, stimulus plan go here? You hear this?
The co-chair of the SDG stimulus leadership group that the SG has appointed. Everybody is saying we need more fiscal space in order to be able to implement an SDG stimulus. Yet you've also talked about the need for fiscal resilience in your own program. How do you square those? What advice do you have for other countries that are now wrestling with this tension between, on the one hand, trying to drive their programs towards achievement of the SDGs, and on the other hand, being very concerned that they not go out of the boundaries of prudent fiscal policies?
Well, just using the Jamaica experience, capacity building is very important, particularly in the management of the economy. And secondly, leveraging the private sector. I don't believe enough is done in bringing in private sector resources in helping countries to achieve their SDG goals. And again, I believe that the multilaterals have a role to play.
Multilateral, not about private sector. Cut the interest rate to the people that want to cut and make them can produce more. We might talk about bullshit, you know. Bullshit. And always I tell about them and them IMF and World Bank and them thing them independent, you know. Straight, you know. When I make no sense to me.
And how we can leverage the private sector resources, particularly by de-risking some private sector investments and by helping to direct and create the incentives for pointing private sector investments in areas of investment that align with global public goods. My advice, well, from my experience, is that good fiscal management should not be seen as a trade-off for achieving the SDGs. I think you need to have good fiscal management in order to be able to sustainably achieve the SDGs.
And have you seen private investment starting to return to Jamaica? What kind of de-risking programs that you mentioned?
Well, generally, I would say that the global headwinds have created some uncertainties, difficulties for most countries. The high interest rate environment that is existing globally. So investors are generally trying to find safe havens. So in the short term, you may see some softening of interest in some developing countries. But I think that should return quite quickly as the developed countries signal that they're going to reduce their interest rates. So my own view is that in terms of de-risking, the multilaterals could play an important role in helping countries with guarantees.
With guarantee, you will leave multilateral alone. So I'm going to think him do. You want to go down here so and then you go borrow more money then and say, boy, me get it a lot cheaper. But can't go receive like this. See? So I'm going to think him there for the multilateral.
Helping countries with bringing together the necessary investment expertise.
Investment expertise. Why country? Oh, if it depends on IMF and World Bank and them country, you know how run a country. You see when I'm going to make them interview here, I want to have to listen to him keenly, you know. Eh? Yeah.
These two things would reduce the risk of investments coming into developed countries.
Now, you talked about capacity building. Is that...
The man, no government can get up and tell me, say, just want investment coming in the country. All right. So a man say, one piece of your land, like St. Thomas Upper Charge, they might build a big hotel, 4,000 rooms. When that hotel done build, the people them from, whether it come from UK, US, Canada, the people them will fly down in that hotel. Yeah, when them buy them ticket online, the money come to Jamaica and go in the bank of Jamaica. Now, stay in them country. Them just have a place to fly in and them just buy everything boom bam bam and do everything online. Them just fly and fly out back. Every year now we get the little taxes from that. We don't do nothing and we own it. And then when you continue with the landlocked, we tell you all the while, we're up on an island and we're landlocked. Like Swaziland. Them just landlocked. See? So we have beach, we have sea round, but we're landlocked. And this one beat down pan we, so you know that already. See? How much more investor come for sell out the land? Me say, man, did the pass something that no foreigner want the land? Too small. Them man have to stop talking about investors. We want to put in something that people can produce and reach out and sell and go to the place. See? Them to stop this now, man. Every year, we have an investor, we have this. And most get the people and realize when they can't take a day off and Unu can't take a day off and go in one of them places because stay for a day. Unu can rent one of them hotel room if you look at 500 US or 400 US in the night. And carry the whole of the family I rent couple room, 500 per room or 400 per room. In other words, 60,000 per room or 80,000 per room. Can do it? Because we don't have them money, they don't it. See where the money are going with man, poor as suffer man. Eh? Continue.
Capacity building in the public sector or in the private sector?
You know, it's both. When we start to talk about investments for adaptation and taking on very complex capital investment projects, many developed countries don't have the technical expertise to do it either in the public sector or in the private sector. And so support in this regard would be very useful.
We're here, New York, high-level week, summit of the future. We just have a pact for the future. What's your main message in all of these? What's your hopes and expectations?
You know, firstly, I'm very happy that this is now going to become an institutional feature of the UN, the Summit of the Future and the Pact and the Declaration. I think it's very important. The history of a country like Jamaica is that for more than 40 years, we engaged in very high borrowing. In some instances, we were forced to borrow. We had shocks that we just did not expect, global events over which we had no control. But some of it would have been poor economic choices on our part as well. And what we must realize as a people and as politicians is that borrowing is financing present consumption with the revenues of future generations. And when we start to take future generations into consideration at the outset, then it forces us to make better decisions about not just the resources we're consuming now or the economic decisions that we're making now, but how will these decisions affect us and generations yet unborn. And I think that this is a very important step in integrating upfront in decision making for.
But you hear me tell about future generation. They might go AJ over the airport there, AJ, and them take some money from them like how much years in the future payment. Them just take off their money there. So the government now have nothing around this, you know. So them go around and them borrow them do all kind of little things and nothing. Saying, and then too much people in the public sector were just JLP affiliate. Yeah? When just get job. When get job. Meanwhile, let me draw back two more things soon. Let me draw this. This is one. It's around 2019. Look here.
Are poorer than they were 2 years ago, with 10% living in extreme poverty. Some can't even buy food to eat as they're unable to get a stable job because of little education. This evening, TVJ's Shamela Mitchell explores the issue of the poverty line in Jamaica and what can be done to reduce the poverty rate.
Persistent poverty. Despite efforts by consecutive governments, the poverty rate remains high, even increasing in recent times. In 2014, the poverty rate was 20%. However, in 2016, it went up to 21.1%. That's a 1% increase over a 2-year period. 10.5% of the population is living in extreme poverty, meaning not even food they can afford. Matilda Edmondson from Johnstown, St. Thomas is one of thousands of Jamaicans below the poverty line. Miss Edmondson lives in this one-bedroom house with 2 adults and 6 children.
All right, let me tell you this. So 2019, and this not change. It's even worse. Most of them people are even worse, but yes, still, the guy PIOJ come on at about it cut to 8% in full of shit. Watch this. These are the reality. Watch this.
The conditions here are horrible. The sleeping arrangement is less than ideal for a family of 9 with only 2 beds. Some definitely have to be sleeping on the floor.
One room.
And the children, them have to sleep on the floor on a mattress.
The 6 children are Miss Edmondson's grandchildren.
When she start have children, I have my she give me them. So that is the reason why I end up with all of them.
And that's your daughter?
No, daughter-in-law.
Okay, so where's the son?
Tell the truth, I can't tell. Running get deployed from foreign, I don't know where he is.
The eldest grandchild is 9 and the youngest 1-year-old. 4 of the 6 are in school and it's very difficult for Miss Edmondson. The principal at the school where the grandchildren attend oftentimes help Miss Edmondson with their lunches.
Poverty cut.
The children, them, I don't really have any help for them. Sometimes I don't have the breakfast to give them to them.
Miss Edmondson told us that she used to work as a domestic helper. However, she stopped mainly because of the children.
Me can't go out, go look work. Because if I go look work, I don't have anyone to leave them with.
Wilton Lewis is Miss Edmondson's common-law husband. They have been together for 9 years, just about the same age as the eldest grandchild. Since Miss Edmondson stopped working, Mr. Lewis became the sole breadwinner. However, he too has fallen on hard times. This has made it even more difficult for the family of 9.
Oh, God. Look what the little baby I play pan man for a bike, man. Look here.
He too has fallen on hard times.
Look on him bicycle people.
This has made it even more difficult for the family of 9.
I burn a little corn on again, but it's the machete I have to use and give me a pain in the shoulder.
Now they have to turn to Miss Edmondson's middle child, Stephen White. Stephen says he has 2 children and his mother cares for them. However, he explained that it's not a lack of ambition, but rather the absence of opportunity why they are in this situation.
Nothing cannot process we also because like the whole of we mostly leave school and we don't have a trade, we don't have a skill, so knowledge, we can't get to have the money like that, so.
But Stephen continues to do what he can to assist the family.
Maria's Gov'T, I try to do something.
Poverty is not peculiar to St. Thomas, but it's an island-wide problem. Shamala Mitchell, TVJ News.
And them up there, did have Michelle Charles and did I want the name there? James Robertson. Hear this with Andrew Onis around May, April. Hear this.
The graph now being displayed illustrates the trajectory of poverty prevalence in our country. It clearly shows that under my administration, we have achieved a steady and measurable decline in poverty. Apart from temporary spike in the
all right, people, look what Andrew, this is in the parliament. Look at poverty if you say anything mark 16 up here, so. See? You see that it shows 21, it shows 11, 13, 12, 12.1. Just tell her this, right? Look here.
Temporary spike in 2020 caused by the pandemic. The steady reduction in poverty is clear evidence that our economic gains are reaching the people who need it the most. Madam Speaker, we recognize that while progress has been made, much more needs to be done to ensure that benefits of economic growth are inclusive and sustainable. Our commitment is to share the prosperity where every Jamaican, regardless of background or location, has access to opportunities for upward mobility. Whether in rural communities, inner city neighborhoods, or remote districts, we are working to ensure that no one is left behind.
And that's when I talk about bullshit, you know. Because if no one left behind, I'm here tell you know, a private sector generate all of these jobs, not aim. You want to make sure move the red tape, make everything nice that them can, you know, like how them about the interest rate and everything that's set, certain thing that it go through. You understand? And if they instead of certain thing, I take long thing, and them have to produce, by the way. Him can be a stumbling block. And that's what they are right now, stumbling block. See? So he must say, we said what? Continue. So this me gonna show you know in around April, before we end we come out and talk the poverty cut 8% from 2023. This are the graph for them have. Look
and
here.
that absolute poverty is eradicated. Importantly, Madam Speaker, this government's approach is not about handouts that provide temporary relief.
Yeah, when those are the call, it's everything what the man say and that him do. It's not about handout to provide temporary relief. The 1 billion solidarity, one time 20 grand for buy vote. It no cause no relief at all. That just to eat up little food. If a temporary relief, I just a day. That not serve nobody. And I eat them take by vote too. The black tank, the chicken I go around right now. The gas when wife girls talk about. Matter about not handout, but I still eat him do. So when him talk about the things, them turn around and do it. Reverse psychology. That's why I'm not good. Yes? When we are fraud. This is when we read out in the house. Watch out.
But ultimately, relief, Madam Speaker, which ultimately keep people poor and dependent. We believe in empowerment, not dependency. And that
people, if you believe in empowerment, not dependency, people are graduate from part. With jobs, with benefit. We don't talk about bullshit. But you see them cut a little place, a little room, then, and get a little. We don't talk about bullshit. And these are dependency. This is bullshit. Eh? Continue.
is why our policies are designed to equip Jamaicans with the tools, skills, and opportunities they need to lift themselves and their families out of poverty.
And education not gonna win, not all not gonna win. We don't talk about bullshit.
For good. Yes. Madam Speaker, the fact that our economy remains on solid ground despite the combined shocks of
our economy, people, if it's solid ground, we could have played Mafood and what of them I don't know. Some that tell lie. You hear Omar say when the government come out and chat on the economy are going well. Lies. Lies. Hear this.
Global inflation, the lingering effects of the pandemic, and the increasing threat of climate change is a testament to the progress we have made. This is not just economic progress, it is economic transformation.
So with the economic part of transformation there with this. Transformation in our own pocket. And the millions them. This look like economic transformation to you. I'll be a garbage and talk.
The transformation did not happen by chance. It is a result of strong, competent leadership, sound economic policies, and the deliberate choices we have made to protect the Jamaican people while safeguarding the stability of our economy.
We might talk about bullshit. Bullshit. So I'm going to tell you the economy all right, but you're still in a recession when we talk. Recession.
But, Madam Speaker, we know that we are mere servants of the Almighty, and all good things come only from His blessings and grace. As 1 Corinthians 3 verse 7 reminds us. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything.
So I'm come up with bullshit. But I'm show you the graph. I'm the 12.8 in the house. See that 12.1. Here this now we come after with this. I'm back by the way. We enter 2023. So I'm start run with it. We cut poverty to 8%. These are lies. But I show you people hungry.
The Planning Institute of Jamaica is estimating that Jamaica's economy grew by 1.9% for the quarter ended September this year, relative to the corresponding period last year. The revelation was made at the PIOJ's quarterly press briefing today. While higher levels of employment and the positive performance in the tourism and manufacturing sectors were contributing factors, the PIOJ says growth was led by the mining and quarrying industry. The sector grew by 100.
So this is 2023. All right, so I'm going to move the 2023 one This is where him come out with. Everything where him come out with a garbage. Yeah? Because him did come out, everything where him come out with a garbage. If him data them wrong, yeah, then they do another data that guy Wayne Henry is a piece of shit. Everything where put out a garbage. But him see a man come out, remember me just show him when Andrew said 20% him came out. At the first time we see them come out, him had a press briefing too, you know. Saying that 2023, poverty cut from 16%, 16 point something to 8. Poverty, you know, how it cut, me don't know. You know, you're in a pandemic. But poverty cut to this. But him are doing our politics, him are doing, you know. But when you see them people run out and come talk, them people here, play this. When you hear them people come out, come talk.
Jamaican businessman and former president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, the JMEA, John Mafood, is calling for significant job cuts in the public sector in order to move the country's growth agenda forward. He made the call in a media release earlier this week. With the JLP securing a third term in office amidst persistent low growth, the businessman says it cannot be business as usual. Mahiri Stewart tells us more.
The former JMEA president says the Jamaican economy cannot afford another 5 years of stagnation. According to Mr. Mafood, many Jamaicans still recall the much-touted JLP promise of 5 in 4. That's 5% GDP growth in 4 years, which never materialized. He says with a renewed mandate, it would be folly for the government to simply continue business as usual and expect a different result. Mr. Mafood says urgent action is needed. He outlined 9 measures he believes can jumpstart the economy. The first is reducing the cost of the public sector from 13% of GDP to 10% over the next 5 years. He says Jamaica's public sector wage bill has swelled after recent compensation reviews, which is crowding out resources that could otherwise fund development programs. It's for this very reason that Mr. Mafood says the government cannot afford to increase public sector wages at this time. He's also calling for lower interest rates to spur productive investment. Mr. Mafood says the present high-rate regime is strangling the productive sector. Only yesterday, the country's central bank held its key...
So the present rate are strangle who for produce, so the country move. And I know them I keep it. So anything my Andrew say right now, if you just go away. If you go away. It'll hurt them. And them say it. See that? And
policy rate at 5.75%, but commercial banks have been slow to reduce their lending rates. He says it's not justified based on the present low rate of inflation and significant foreign exchange reserves in hand. Mr. Mafood wants alignment with inflation and productivity. He says any increase in the minimum wage must be supported by an increase in the productive sector, or it will make the country uncompetitive. The former JMEA boss is also calling for unprecedented investment in education, health, and security. He says the people of Jamaica have endured more than 10 years of sacrifice in order to reduce the debt to GDP ratio. He says it's time to release the pressure on the people and provide them with a better quality of life.
So them know so them not live good, them want a better quality of life. Anything my Andrew put out and what them put out, it falls. But you are live it. You know yourself live it. You know go through it. You think a man can go on a radio and come tell me one bag of bullshit when people are suffering. You know yourself suffer. And them come tell you say you are right. You remember Andrew said them 3 years time now I feel it, them feeling it now. Continue.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, Mr. Mafood argues that those who are cut from the public sector can easily find employment in the private sector.
Well, that is probably what is likely to happen. In this instance of full employment, freeing up workers in the public sector and making them available to the private sector is not a bad thing. But what we have is a situation where we have a bloated public sector and a shortage of skilled workers in the private sector.
So you have an over bloated public sector and shortage of skilled workers. And you can't put out Some people with something with some dolphin, figure work over there, they have to get some skill. I mean, I talk skill. Hey, Paula, I not talk no skill now. If you go, only thing you can do is bite a hook, you know. I get caught in a net, you know. Them want real skill. Yeah? Yeah, man. Continue.
According to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin, as at April, the country's unemployment rate was 3.3%. That's an historic low. It's also well below what is statistically accepted as full employment. Mr. Mafood.
It's below where you take as full employment. So we can't say we're not full employment. But look, we have over 700,000 people now have no job. 700. And we're not full employment. If you ask them, I say, oh, them now look no job. What they say them now look job? So them change up, oh, you go about this in a 2024. If you cut, a man can you cut him yard, the grass, one day, full employment that for you, for the whole year, full employment. So them count that now. Not a hustling, but full employment. So most people not working. This is garbage. Continue.
Food says there needs to be a consolidation and streamlining of services within the public sector to free up valuable resources.
That hasn't happened. There is still overlap of services, and the public sector wage bill at 13% is, way above what it's supposed to be. And the question is, how do you bring it down to a more acceptable level like 10% in that region? So part of it has to be in terms of realigning the public sector personnel, increasing the efficiency, implementation of shared services, and so on. So we are in a position to also give reasonable wage increases to those people in the public sector area. And we are not able to do that now because it is still at a very high cost to the country.
John Mafood, former president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association.
Yeah, man. You see it? Me I tell you, say everything that Andrew come out with, it hurt them. It pop them down a lie. And as me I beg you, please again, and listen me. I could have your neighbor, I could have your brother, I could have your twin. Could have your twin. Uncle somebody me can't tell you if you have a little mercy upon your mom and your dad because them give you life. No brother, no sister. No. When you just a brother and sister, then could have uncle little more. You vote for Andrew. If them a drop down, they so put away the brother. Me have brother, but you have to call Andrew, You have to call him, call an ambulance, man. Because if you just run out to him here, that him not change. Not change, you not take it serious. So no cure them ball and them hungry right now. You have to get serious now. You can't help them. You have to keep your hands for your rainy day, Because when I go through, you will go through it too. Keep your hands for your rainy day. That Andrew thing that have to stop. You vote for Andrew. Check Andrew. You say the country I run well, check him because we don't see it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they might trickle down and say for them to treat see private sector if you tell them to go cut too much of them. The wage bill too big. It's too big, it's too huge. Yeah. Yes. No man, it's serious, business are who. Somebody go and go hospital, come and say, what man? If you ever can't carry no. Can't burn the gas. Remember, I have to buy it back. Sorry, man, I can't help you. Then, never get serious now, man. Get serious. We're not business. Just tell them right now, them need to get serious. Nobody now around put them right now. Nobody. Yeah? We don't talk. Nobody now around put them. None. You understand? We don't talk. Hey, I come show you something later. I'm going to play this, because I remember the show come up, so I'm going to play this, and then we just tell them,
Run Things Promotion in association with The Vibes Entertainment presents Smile St. Lucia Concert, the old school dancehall edition. Feel the beat, leave the vibe, let the rhythm take you for a ride. Featuring live from Jamaica, the old Gangalee, Louis Culture. Singer extraordinaire, Little Kirk. And the sensational Little Lenny. And from St. Lucia, Mishak, Alicat, and General Bakes. On Saturday, November 29th, 2025 at the Bridgie Multipurpose Sports Complex, Castries. Doors open from 7 p.m. Early bird tickets are $100. Regular tickets priced at $130. Or pay more at the door. Tickets are available at Steve's Barbershop, Castries. Avoid the rush. Old school dancehall juggling done by Lion Hat Sounds from Canada. DJs, Mixmaster DJ Players, and DJ Rocket Launcher. Smile St. Lucia, the old school dancehall edition. Ignite your soul. Celebrate the rhythm. Let's unite through sound. Feel the energy. Dance with the crowd. Just live the moment.
When the car miss that, I'm telling you from now, the phone have a fly in, down the ticket online, we put up that and everything. Then, can't miss. I remember say the 1st of November, that our 80s, 90s, one can't miss neither here, Canada that. So the one I want to call, I want to ticket from now. Yes. Ticket up. So show another link. But that show ya. And then I want to. Both show. Yeah, soon put up the link there, yeah. So one in Canada for the 1st of November, the other one on 29th of November. Yeah, St. Lucia. Say, can't miss it. And then we are planning the Europe show them. The show all over the place still in a kind of phone, no? Yes. Now realize it. But we could just still with the show, keep show all over the place. So yes. See? Alright. Alright. So later, I'm gonna do something from boom files, Uno can't miss that. Uno can't miss that. Yeah? Yo. I said something straight around this with him. Yeah? And by the way, Brute and the Beast are the dunce part of, Brute and the Beast in a one, Dunce blagger. Dunce blagger came out again, Dunce blagger run out again. But this time, Dunce blagger attack about the shadow cabinet. Don't blagger, listen me. Don't blagger. I'll show that later. You see the PNP? You have to follow the shadow cabinet. Don't blagger too dunce, man. So shadow cabinet not get them the Sunday them work, but them get paid like how you see the cabinet get paid. And them now have to follow. Them have people that shadow that. But them have some of the important thing with them want to talk. So them have spokesperson for it. And one thing them have you call it spokesperson. So you will see them call it shadow cabinet, and them have spokesperson for some of the things they were important to the country that now have nothing to do with Andrew cabinet. Okay? So you have to follow that, and you can't have a spokesperson for talk on this or that, because these bring up in the country and internationally to here. And remember, those are liars. Then Scott Motley and Marky James and from one back of them are liars. And there's something them a break and think something with them know. Deal with constitution to here. That's what I tell you, say you have no degree. You know no political thing, you don't know better than that. Stop put out foolishness and go away, man. What to you, man? Go away, man, you're too dunce, man. We run out for Nikisha Birche. Fool, Dunce blagger. Oh, dunce blagger is a fool, man. Go sit down, man. Come on now. I don't know who listen here now, but you're stupid. All right? Later. I'm out. Bless.
lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb and do.
We keep like the government of a country. It's to serve and protect the people of that country, not to put their life in misery. You understand me, Luciano? What else, man?
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for sure.
Serious
it's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more,
Politicians, your judgment coming for sure.
Yo, politician, for the evil's mission, who no we blame. True money and power and fame. We're gonna find up the youth, them really live down the lane.